And they had a lead for the first time. Brown on a power play for Vancouver tied it, and then Craven 36 seconds later gave the Canucks a 3-2 lead. That's where we are now. Vancouver 3, Toronto 2, and the third period underway. Diddick mishandled it, tried to give it to Babbage, hooked it back too deep, but that was okay. Babbage gave it to Diddick again, and he had to shoot it away as he was checked. And Rouse will come back to play it, no icing. Rouse to Baumgartner. Baumgartner knocked it down with his hand. It is shot high over the glass by Diddick into the crowd.
Oh, Vancouver's getting a little something from almost everyone. 7 different Canucks have got a point tonight, and no one has more than one. For the Leafs, the 3, Mironov, Elliott, and Gilmore have all the points.
Game 3 coming up tomorrow. The Rangers will be in New Jersey for their Game 3 at 7:30 Eastern Time. Game 3 of this series, the Western Conference Final. Friday the 20th, Toronto will be at Vancouver. That's 6 o'clock Pacific Time and 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Here in Game 2, the Canucks trying to even the series before the scene does shift to Vancouver. They're on the puck, and throwing it high was Bure. It was tipped by the Leaf players that the faceoff is going to be in the Leaf zone to the left of Felix Potvin. Slow start to this third period. Rather cautious, Vancouver. Well, no, they do not want to let the big crowd back in it, so they're careful. And the Leafs can't afford to see Vancouver go up 4-2, so they're careful. McCown back to the net. With Zezel dropping it to him. Going dangerously by Bure, and got it by him. Up to center ice. It's Osborne knocking it down and coming in with a shot. Right on the net. McLean the save. Tipped down the ice, and an icing call coming up. Unless Bure can get there ahead of Lefebvre. He does not. Gave it a good shot, though. That's icing against Vancouver.
Well, the Adams-Bure-Linden line, Vancouver's best offensive group. 10 shots on goal in the first 2 periods. Bure scored 1 and Linden assisted on the other. You can't give that line those kinds of chances and get away with it. In Game 1, the Zezel group not only outplayed the Linden line, but outscored them, but not tonight.
.57 seconds into the third period of Game 2, the Western Conference Final. Trevor Linden, the captain of the Canucks, bends in against Gilmore. Gilmore won the draw. The shot by Gardner was tipped by Adams, I think, and went up high.
Well, Gardner had a great chance. You see the puck lying on the awning there. This guy's going to go right through the awning. Gardner had a shot, a good chance right off the draw, but it was deflected out of the rink by the Vancouver defender.
Again, the face-off to the left of Kirk McLean. Back to the line. The fade shot doesn't reach the net. Clark falling, swept it into the corner. Lume gave it to Bure. Up to Linden. He strides to center and played it in for Adams. Linden going for the net. Gilmore will pick it up for Toronto. Bure stopped him. Gardner poked at it. It went over the Vancouver line. And it's shot high by Glenn out to center again. Adams and Linden on this rush. They shoot it in back of the Leaf net where McCown takes over for Toronto. The Canucks are changing. Gardner with the pass at center, faking the shot, looking for room on Glenn, and doesn't find it. Clark and Gardner went in there against Glenn. It is Courtnall for Vancouver. Lafayette had it go off his skate, and here's Dave Ellett again. Back to Gill. Gill threw Gardner's skates down the ice. Icing waved off on that one. And Babbage turns around the net. Coming out across the line and near center is Babbage to backhand it in. Gill saw Craven come after it, and he moved back quickly. And it's Andrechuk coming down with Eastwood. Andrechuk shot deflected by Diddick wide of the net. Eastwood sweeping in there to pick it up on the boards and losing it. And Courtnall Draws down to center. Cardinal with Dinnick. It comes to Craven. The shot blocked. Rebound through the crease. Ronning winds up. And Potvin blocked the short side on that shot. Gill fired it to the line. Borchevsky got it out. And Cardinal circled at his own blue line. Cardinal getting it by Ellett. Here comes Ronning. Ellett takes the puck from him. Krushelnyski back deep in his own zone. Trying to move it out. Rolled it down the right side by Borchevsky. We are nearing the 3-minute mark of the third, and here's Ronning in with a shot. Potvin, the left pad save. Jelena after the rebound. Jelena has his skate on it. He is knocked down by Andreychuk. Ronning centered it a break. Intercepted by Vanderbilt, but the two defenders get back quickly. Two good skating defensemen, Brown and Hedican. And they were back. Mironov shot it in. Krushelnyski takes a bump from Hedican. Ronning trying to lift it out of the zone. He does that. And it's Vanderbilt waiting for the Leafs to get back on side. Nearing the 4-minute mark of the third period. Here's Krushelnyski. Shot one in wide of the net. Vanderbilt missed the puck. And Momesso was bumped by Baumgartner. Pass comes high over the stick of Jelena down the ice. Icing waved off. The Canucks are changing as the Leafs come back. And Rouse waits at center. He shoots it into the Vancouver zone. McLean had to cover up. It came off the glass. A strange hop. Osborne shot it in deep. From the corner, Berg flipped it into Zazzle around the net. Zazzle is hauled out. Wanted a penalty there. The play goes right on. Zazzle centered it. Shot. Stopped by McLean. Now McLeod again. Weak shot this time. And here's a penalty. It's going to be Brian Glynn who gets the penalty. The Leafs on a power play.
Can you say roll up the rim to win at Tim Hortons?
Roll up the... No, I can't.
Can you say win one of 10 Ford Mustang convertibles?
Win one of 10 Ford Mustang convertibles.
You know how to win one of 500 Toshiba 27-inch TVs?
Roll up the rim to win.
Yikes. Hey, I want it. How about one of 2,000 Tim Hortons Coffee Lovers kits?
Roll up the rim to win.
Or one of 5 million instant prizes. So come on in and...
Start your own business? Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, no. No, 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 no. No, no. Oh, no, 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 no. No.
Want to hear something positive for a change? Call Bank of Montreal. We'll send you a personalized financial toolkit, which includes the financial profiles of people like you who are saying yes to today and tomorrow. Bank of Montreal. It is possible.
Well, Brian Glynn upsets Zezel and wasn't called for a penalty right here. The fans hollered, the Leafs complained, and then before the whistle went, this is the one where he is called, which doesn't look nearly as serious as the one that wasn't.
Well, it's a power play for Mironov again. He passes the puck to Ellett, shoots it, deflected wide of the net. Gilmore poked it in behind the goal for Andreychuk. Clark in front. Can't get a shot. Andreychuk again. Whipped the pass to the far side to Ellett. He put it in for Gilmore. Gilmore to Ellett. Winding up. Shoots. Scores!
The Leafs have been dynamite on the power play. 7 of their 10 chances to score in the first 2 periods were on the power play, and Ellett lets one go from 57 feet. I'm not sure McLean could see it, or did Wendell Clark tip it? It was a nice low shot. Wendell gets in behind 2 Canuck penalty killers. And you can see the problem McLean has trying to find the shot. And it just goes inside the post, and the Leafs tie it up with their 3rd power play goal of the night. 3 goals for the Leafs, all by their defensemen, all on the power play.
the time of the goal. Ellett on the power play, tying it. Gilmore and Andrechuk assisted on that goal. So it's 3-3 now in the third period, just past the halfway mark, or 5-minute mark. Drop back to the line, Andrechuk coming in. He can't get a shot. Just over 5 minutes gone in the third. Andrechuk knocked it down. And he faked the shot and then took the shot. It's deflected in front. And McLean covered up. And he held on with Vanderbilt right in on the doorstep.
What a play by Brian Glynn to negate a great opportunity that Andrechuk would have had. Andrechuk's a very patient man when he gets the puck in front of the net. And watch what he does here to number 28, Glynn. Coming up now, you're going to see it in a second. And you're absolutely sure that Glynn's out of the play. Right here. But Glynn comes around with a stick. 360-degree turn and knocks the puck off Andrechuk's stick. And then Eastwood tips a slow roller into McLean. An emergency but effective play by Brian Glynn.
3-3 tie. Nearing the 6-minute mark of the third. Shot from the blue line. McLean reacting as if he couldn't see it. It was screened, and he made a fine stop. Burry can't play it. The Leafs keep the pressure on in there, but now Vancouver get going. Linden is moving up. Linden in across the line. Centered it, and Potvin will hang on to it as Osborne was coming back and checking Adams. And it's tied at 3, and we'll be back after this.
Going to an auto center or tire store sounds simple enough. So how come you sometimes end up paying more than the advertised price? Good question. That's why at GM Goodwrench Service Plus, the price on the ground is the price on the hoist. Right now, get a lube, oil, and filter for this low price, done in 29 minutes guaranteed, or the next one's free. That includes premium GM Goodwrench motor oil and AC oil filter. Expert service, honest prices. That's GM Goodwrench Service Plus.
I'm interviewing people about BC credit unions where every depositor is protected up to $100,000. Hello.
Hello.
I see your store has an automated teller machine.
That's the truth.
You have a BC Credit Union member card?
Right here.
You know you can use it to get cash from your account at virtually every cash machine in Canada?
Yep.
Even if it's in the middle of nowhere?
Well, that'll be handy. I was thinking of taking a trip. Need to get away from it all for a while.
BC Credit Unions. British Columbians investing in one another.
Well, you can see the effect Doug Gilmour's had on the Leafs. He's only played 35 playoff games as the Toronto Maple Leafs, 60 points, closing in on the great Dave Keon for tops among career Leafs in the playoffs.
He has 3 assists in this game. The Leafs have 3 goals.
And leads the NHL in scoring in these 94 playoffs.
Vancouver has 3 goals. We are tied here in the third period. And coming up to the 6-minute mark. Puck shot to center ice. Hedican is moving up, put a weak shot in on Potvin. That was called on the offside, back to the blue line.
Don Koharski wanted me to thank the friends of his who got in touch with him last week after his mother died. He said it was a great comfort to he and his family to hear from so many people at a time like that. So from Don Koharski, thank you to his friends. His mother died a week ago.
From the face-off, Toronto's Doug Gilmour comes back in his own zone. Out to Gill. He's forced to stop right there, and the Canucks jump on the puck and bring it in. Momesso and Jelena. Jelena getting in a good spot. Jelena tried to make that play to the left wing. It didn't work for Babbage, who was coming in off the blue line. Now Ronning is sizing up the situation before shooting it in. Potvin stepping back to the net to stop it for Gill. He wrapped it on the boards, and he got it out over the line. Jelena put it back to Babbage. Babbage's pass in off Momesso, and Ellett was checking him. And the Leafs get it back down the ice. Tipped by Clark and all the way down the ice, and that's icing against the Maple Leafs.
Well, one thing, the Vancouver Canucks almost to a man. We saw Ronning, we see Jelena. Nobody is giving Wendell Clark very much physical respect. A lot of teams don't bother him. They don't want to upset him because we all know what he's done in this league physically. But the Canucks, almost to a man, showing no regard for the tough guy from Kevinton, Saskatchewan.
Martin Jelena has become a more involved player, I think, since coming over to Vancouver.
Well, you can see that the biggest problem the Canucks and the former playoff opponents Chicago and San Jose have had, putting up with the point production from the blue line. Vancouver 32 points, Toronto 46, and they've had a field day tonight on the power play, Mironov and Elliott.
From the face-off, right back to Lume. Lume coming up along the boards away from Andrzejczyk. Knocked it in back of the net to Craven. Craven centered it, and Potvin reached out and globbed that pass out and held it with Courtnall in front of him.
Well, one big difference in this year's Canuck playoff team that I can see after watching 5 periods, they've increased their team speed. I mean, Pat Quinn at the deadline, has there been a better general manager? He added Ronning, Courtnall, and Momesso 3 years ago, I think it was, and this year he adds Brown, Hedican, and Lafayette. All 6 of these guys have been very effective in the '94 playoffs, especially Hedican and Brown.
Face off to the right of Potvin. From the blue line, Glenn's shot doesn't reach the net. Hit a couple of sticks, and Dave Ellett hooked it on the boards for Manderville. He can't get it out. Moving up was Rouse to shoot it off the boards down the ice. Canucks come back. Krushelnyski checking his man, fell to the ice along with Lume. And the Canucks, Lume again. Feeds it back. Glenn stepping up quickly, getting to center ice. He'll shoot it in. Ellett has to turn to get in there in front of Courtnall, and he can't do it. Courtnall kicked it loose. Ellett tried to knock it loose along with Rouse, and now they'll get a face-off. As the player on the ice, Craven, had the puck underneath him. He just did not move and would not.
Well, as Sergio Momesso said to Ron McLean, the Vancouver defense much more mobile now, much better with the puck. And they're getting the puck to these forwards on the move instead of around the boards. Here's some decent defensive coverage. The Leafs lucky to escape a penalty on that one. I think that's what Linden is appealing to Koharski on. But now with Jyrke Lume and Hedigan and Brown, plus the size that Glenn and Diddick give them, Vancouver's got a well-rounded defense. This is across the street from Maple Leaf Gardens. The Toronto Raptors are having their first practice.
Face-off is just outside the Toronto blue line.
The door, Bob, the door on the Vancouver bench, the north end of it seems to be broken. So there's a delay here until they finally got it sorted out. The defensemen for the Canucks stay at the north end, so they're closer to the goal for changes on the fly. They had to get out of the way while they fixed it.
Dave Ellett has tied the game here in the third period at 4:37. Gilmore and Andrzejczyk assisted. It was a power play goal. 4th power play goal of the hockey game. The Leafs have 3 of them. We are coming up at the 8-minute mark of the third now. Linden coming in there, fighting for it. It comes out in front of the net. Bure has to go to the boards. Linden goes into the corner after McCown, who is knocked down, and he falls right on the puck. And again, play is called.
Jamie McCowan was without his glove, and I think he was happy to go down and get the whistle so he could get it back. Linden gives him a shot from behind. McCowan goes down right on top of the puck. And sometimes that's exactly what you want if your team's been in trouble or if you're without part of your equipment.
Linden, Bure, and Adams. The big line for Vancouver. Brown and Hedican are the two defensemen parked inside the blue line. Zezel on the face-off for Toronto. He wins it again with his feet. Comes right into the net, though. Bure somehow picked it up and went in there, and Puckman robbed him. He was blinding speed, a flash, picking up the puck after Zezel had kicked it loose. Watch.
The Leaf forwards go right by Bure to go to the point, and the Leaf left defenseman McCollum gets in the battle for the loose puck and forgets to take his man on the defensive zone face-off alignment, who was Pavel Bure.
He just jumped in there, picked it up, and got a great scoring chance. Potvin stopped him. So it remains 3-3. Vancouver winning the draw. And a pass in front of the net. Adams knocked down, and Osborne comes out. A long shot knifed away, right to Berg, though. He hit the side of the net. Osborne went in there, and the Canucks pick it up. Hedican shoved it ahead to Linden. He goes down to Adams, trying to drop it back. Adams again around the net, centered it right out to Bure, and he fanned on that one. Hedican shot it in. Vancouver really pressing here now to take the lead again. In the third period, we played 8 minutes and 40 seconds of the third. Brown hammers one in. Vancouver trying to change. Gilmore with a little room on that change. Comes out to Gardner, and he has to shoot it in. Babbage stopped it and chases it. Babbage backhands the puck to the center ice area. There's Ellett with Gill, and Gill got rid of it quickly. 9 minutes gone in the third. 3-3 tie. Game 2. Leafs winning the first one in overtime. Running stopped by Clark. Todd Gill right in front of his own net. Sweeping it out to Gilmore, and there goes Gardner on the wing taking the pass. Back to Gilmore, back in, around the net for Clark. Clark can't center it. He's been covered by Gerald Diddick. Diddick coming along the boards and getting ahead with it out to center. Ellett to the other side to Gill. Back through the middle is Gilmore with Clark. Can't reach it. Clark went in after it. Gilmore comes in to help. Clark rattled it on the boards. Diddick was there, and he put it high over the glass. As we come up to the halfway mark of the third period, and we are tied at 3.
Less is more.
Ah, New York, the city that sizzles in the heat of the night. Nothing quite like the taste of New York, anywhere, except at Panagopolis. Introducing the New York Deli Pizza. 5 types of deli prepared meat, a hint of mustard, all topped with cheddar. Oh, yeah. For a short time only, take a bite of the big pizza and pick up 2 medium New York delis for just $13.99 from Panagopolis.
Hockey Night in Canada's Ward Cornell talking to Ken Dryden, who won the Conn Smythe Trophy 23 years ago today. The Canadians won the Stanley Cup. And we remind you that closed captioning of tonight's game is sponsored by Household, providing financial services for the family. That was Dryden's first swing in the National Hockey League.
Can you imagine he won the Conn Smythe Trophy before he won the Calder Trophy?
Yes.
That will never be done again.
Here's Mironov getting set. Shoots one right on, and McLean to save. Loose puck in front. Gilmore shot his, or Vanderbilt shot his block by McLean. Out in front again, off his skate and just wide. Vanderbilt without the helmet. In front of the goal, had a good chance. But McLean beat him cleanly. In back of the net. Eastwood trying to knock it out front again. Can't. Andrechuk went in there throwing his weight around. So did Vanderbilt. But it's Courtnall of the Canucks getting up there with Craven. Craven coming in with Courtnall. The pass behind him. And Eastwood comes back. He lost it. Craven centered it right out front. Hoffman made a great save. Coming in from the line, Jeff Brown set up perfectly. Got a low shot in there. That Potvin somehow saw and stopped.
Well, Jeff Brown, dangerous, coming off the point or joining the rush. Both goalies tonight have been excellent in close, but they've been beaten by howitzers from well out. And here's a great chance for Brown. You can see him come right down the pipe. Nobody anywhere near him. Steps inside, and it's tough to beat Potvin, as I've said before, on low shots. Vanderbilt, who looks like a raccoon, has been a physical force, taking in all kinds of Canucks. He and Brian Glynn had quite a physical contest in front of the net. Vanderbilt being... Take a look at him, boy. Before this series ends, there'll be a few guys look a little like him.
Again, Vancouver with Linden, Adams, and Bure. They had a great shift last time. Couldn't score, but came very close. Zessel shoots it in for Bird, coming for the net. It is scooped in there by Osborne, back of the goal. He one-hands it out front, and the Canucks. Trevor Linden to the line as Adams at center. That's turned back by McCown. Brown and Hedican, and he is moving up over the left line. Hedican shot, booted away by Potvin. Count falling in the corner. It is passed all the way back to Brown. He gets the shot, and that was blocked by Bird. Bure on the puck. Bure waiting, coming for the net. The pass goes by everybody. And Zessel just calmly takes it off the boards and skates out with it. Now he dumps it in. Right on the net, and the Leafs will change. 8:40 remaining in the third period. It's a 3-3 tie. Poked in over the line to Clark. Clark and Gilmore. Clark can't make the play, and back to the net. McLean shot it high. It hit Gardner. Momesso got it out to Bure. He's on a while. Bure coming in. Burst of speed now on with the brakes. Bure rolled it in for Ronning. Ronning turning around in the corner. Still has it. Now he goes to the ice. And Gill gets the puck for Toronto. Going the other way, away from Momesso. Gardner couldn't knock it down. Ronning again. Backhands it in there. Ellett takes his time, coming back to the net. Comes out front. He's upended. And out to center ice is Gardner. Ellett has been hurt. Gardner's shot. That was deflected and just missed. Ellett getting to the Leaf bench very slowly. 7:45 remaining in the third. 3-3. The score. Jelena tried to go in and was fouled before he could get near the net. Leafs shoot it down the ice. That will get an icing call. We have 7:31 remaining in the third period, and we are tied.
To us, it was a challenge to totally reshape what you expect from domestic transportation. 5 all-new models with safety, design, and performance equal to cars costing twice as much. After all, just because you're on a budget doesn't mean you have to drive an ordinary car. The shape of things to come from Chevrolet.
When you think about fresh taste, you think about foods like bread, fruits and vegetables, fresh eggs. But you probably don't know how important freshness is to the taste of your Diet Cola. Diet Pepsi introduces Fresh Taste Dating, a date stamped on every Diet Pepsi that guarantees the taste you love will be at its absolute best. Fresh Taste Dating from Diet Pepsi.
Martin Jelena, since being added to on waivers to the Vancouver roster, has added a dimension to his game, and it's a physical dimension. You can see there he gets away with a trip, but he has really been a physical force for the Vancouver Canucks. The word this morning at practice was that he's been rewarded with a new contract. Quebec must be shuddering to think they let him go on waivers.
Here's Lumet stepping up from the blue line. He is caught by Andrechuk. The two of them continue to fight for it. Eastwood poked it away. Vanderbilt is trying to catch up. Eastwood will go in. Right in. And he rolled it wide. McLean got a stick out in front of him. The puck went wide of the net. Here come the Canucks looking for their scoring chance. It is moved up over the line. Here's Craven getting in. post on the short side, stopped it. The Canucks get on there to pick it up. Hedigan, that fast skating defenseman, was there, plenty of time. Eastwood tried to center it to Andrechuk. That was blocked. Brown for Vancouver. Poked it ahead. Cardinal stopped at the Leaf blue line. Kicked it loose. The Canucks are changing. We are tied 3-3 with 6:35 remaining in the third period. It is Lefebvre coming out. Toronto winning the first game in overtime. Tied here. Cecil to Berg. Cecil fanned on the rebound. Berg got it in front. It hit his skate. And the Canucks come back for it. Here's Adams moving up with Murray and Linden. Adams carries right in on goal. And Potvin will take no chances with this trio. And he'll get down on it. A good rush by Adams. Coming in on the right side and getting to the net.
Well, Adams, a very dangerous one-on-one rusher. He looks like he's got a step on McCowan. Somehow McCowan holds him off, steers him into the end of the rink, and an easy stop by Potvin. Toronto gets a great chance here as Eastwood roars in, 2-on-1. You can see he can't make the pass, so he tries to slip it between the legs of McLean and can't do it. Craven goes to the net without the puck and gets two chances. One a little tip and then a little rebound. So the game, as it now looks like it's almost an overtime, has opened up, as did the overtime in game one.
Which was won by Cecil and the Leafs. At 16:55 of overtime. Mike Eastwood on the bench, talking with Gilmore. On the ice is Cecil on this face-off against Linden. 6:11 remaining in the third period. A 3-3 tie here in game two. Cecil wins it from Linden and Lefebvre goes behind the Leaf goal. Linden chased him. He had to rip it fast off the boards in the corner. And that will bring about another face-off in the Leaf zone as that is icing. 5:59 left.
Now the Leafs, when they go up the boards now after having an awful time in the first period, are putting a lot more mustard on it. And I think they're saying that we have to get it out. And if we take the odd icing doing it, it's well worth it because the pinching, ever-alert Vancouver defensemen have kicked many pucks back into the Leaf zone after they've tried to come up the boards on the breakout.
Shots now are 38-36 in favor of Toronto. So there have been plenty of chances. 6 goals have been scored in the game. 4 of them on power plays. 3 by the Leafs. We are tied at 3. Under 6 minutes left in the third period, and Berg is happy to just get the puck out of the zone down the ice. This time they wave off the icing, and Berg is up there to stop it. Gets a shot. He missed the net by a fair margin. And 2 Canucks jump on it, one of them Bury. So that's 2.5. He comes in and tried to get a shot, and that was blocked. Adams back of the net. Adams whipped it onto Bury, and he creased the bar, shooting that one away high. Diddick lifted one from center, and out of the net is Potvin. The Canucks are changing. 5:25 remaining in the third. The count, and it's stolen by Ronning. And a penalty coming up now. McCown, I think, will get the penalty as the Canucks come in. And a play now called. And a Toronto penalty coming to Jamie McCown.
Stop complaining.
You said it was close.
Do you have to be so negative?
Oh, we're on the wrong road.
Oh, stop it.
No, you stop it.
Need a car? Announcing the You Need a Car event from Hyundai. For a limited time, get the 94 Excel loaded with standard features, only $79.88. Or the Red Hot 94 Scoop at the special event price of $11,388.
I have rice in my shoe.
Should have worn boots.
Need a car? Walk into the You Need a Car event and drive out.
Jamie McCown for holding here at 14:49. A Vancouver power play coming.
Remember one coach telling me, don't change your mistakes. There's the mistake. McCowan runs out at Ronning and then tackles him. So the giveaway got him in trouble. The tackle got him 2 minutes.
There he is in the penalty box. 5:11 remaining in the third period. And the Canucks, who have scored 1 power play goal, That was back at 9:55 of the second when Brown scored from Lume and Linden, and they're on the ice now. Linden on the faceoff. Lume parked to his right, and here's Brown. Coming up to the line, going the other way. They go in with Courtnall leading the attack. Courtnall centered it. It's knocked away by Vanderbilt. Lume comes back. And Brown will go all the way back around his own net. Vanderbilt and Gilmore, penalty killers up front for Toronto. Rouse and Ellip, the defenseman. Linden dropping it back to Courtnall. His shot deflected away by the stick of Potvin to the line. It is cleared into the corner, and Courtnall held up by Ellip. The Leafs trying to clear it out. Gilmore coming back. Courtnall there on him. Rouse fed it back. Bure was there. Linden around the net. Center to Brown. Back to Linden. Linden to Brown a second time. And now Linden from the boards. Sizing it up. Centering pass to Lume. Scores! Great play by Trevor Linden to set it up, and the defenseman came all the way in. And the Canucks have taken a 4-3 lead on a power play goal with 4:14 remaining.
That's the 5th goal scored by a defenseman tonight. Jyrki Lume circles in from the point and gets in the seam, or in the middle of the rink where nobody was, and just slid a nice little pass. Gilmore's tied up worrying about Bure, and he just shot it as he was going by the net, and it gets in on the stick side with 4:14 to go. Vancouver Canucks get a power play goal to go ahead. Jyrki Lume.
Vancouver goal scored by number 21, Jyrki Lume. Says number 16, Trevor Linden, and number 22, Jeff Brown. Time 15:46.
15:46, the time of the goal. The go-ahead goal for the Vancouver Canucks. Lume from Linden and Brown. And that's Lume's second of the playoffs. A big goal it is with under 4 minutes remaining in the third period. And the Canucks are ahead again, but now Eastwood coming in off the wing. Centered one. Here's a shot by Gardner, went up high. He was open and coming in full speed and slapped it high. Ellett comes back to pick it up in his own zone away from Craven. Eastwood again going to the right wing, and in goes Gardner. Dropped it to Clark. He turns back and falls, and Craven brings it back out. Dumped it down inside the Leaf line. 3:25 remaining in the third. Vancouver leading, looking to tie the series. Through center, Andrechuk up over the line with a shot. Rising high over the net. He went in after it. Lume knocked it in behind the net. Gilmore knocked it down and got it again. Gilmore decides to go around the net the other way. Lume chasing him. Mironov is in there deep. Mironov on the boards with under 3 minutes remaining in the third period. And the Leafs pressing right here. It is Andrechuk and Gilmore chasing the puck, and now Bure will take it. Bure putting it on the boards out to center ice. 2:40 remaining. Gardner can't handle a pass. It is slapped down the ice by the Canucks, and they'll change. 2:35 remaining. 4-3 Vancouver. Up through center. Borshevsky gets over the line. Trying to go in. Got to the corner and centered it. And Clark was on there to bump his man. But the Canucks shoot it away down the ice. It's going to be an icing call. With 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in regulation time. And the Canucks have again gone ahead 4-3.
I'd like to give a hockey night in Canada get well wish to Kevin Wells, 21 years old. He's in the hospital in St. John's, Newfoundland after a serious car accident. He's listening and watching this game. We hope you feel better soon, Kevin, from Springdale, Newfoundland.
2:14 remaining. The crowd trying to get the Leafs going. They are trailing the Canucks 4-3 in the second game of the Western Conference Final. The Canucks get up over center, and coming in there is McIntyre. Shot! Stopped by Potvin. McIntyre with a nice rush. Got right in on the net. 2 minutes remaining. Leafs come out. It's Gill heading to center. Over the line with Clark, and he shoots it on the boards in the corner, and out was McLean to stop it. The Canucks dump it out of the zone. 1:45 remaining in regulation time. 4-3 Vancouver as they look to tie the series at a game each. Going back to Vancouver for the next 3. 1:30 remaining. The Leafs will try to get Potvin out. First, they have to control it and get it down the ice inside the line. Potvin starting to move. It is Clark going in. 1:15 remaining. Gardner shot. Great save. Kirk McLean saving the day for the Canucks. On that shot, it was labeled for the far corner and not too high. A great save by McLean.
Well, McLean has done this before. After game number 4 in the Calgary series, he's been the Canucks game breaker. And he gives you a sample right here of what he did so often. And often in overtime. Clark throws it in the middle, right here to Gardner, who lets it go, and McLean, with Doug Gilmour roaring in for a rebound, makes the catch.
I think Burns will call a timeout right here with 1:14 remaining. And Potvin, well, we'll see. The face-off is going to be in the Vancouver zone to the right of Kirk McLean. The go-ahead goal coming from Lumet on a power play at 15:46 of this third period. 4-3 Vancouver. Shots in the third by Toronto Harry 14 and by Vancouver 13. It has been that close. And a reminder coming up. You saw the save just made by McLean. I'm sure he'll get some consideration for the Molson 3-star selection, which comes up right after this hockey game.
Well, Pat Burns is showing an offensive face-off play with the goalie out. 1:14 to go. So the Leafs ought to know where they're going if they win the draw. And equally important, they have to know where they're going if they lose it. Because recovering a lost draw may be just as important as doing something if you win it.
All right, here it is. Gilmour on the draw. Gardner to his left. Andrechuk, Clark on the ice. Mironov and Ellen. Empty net down there, and the Canucks had a chance to clear it and did not. Gilmour on the boards with Clark. Mironov pinching in, and it's out over the line to center. 1:05 remaining in the third period. Ellen backing up. Now Clark turning. Gardner rifles it in the final minute of the third period. Vancouver 4, Toronto 3. Ellett stopped it. Into the corner he goes with Gilmour. Ellett back of the net trying to center it. It's going to be Linden who'll get a chance to bring it out. He did not. But now it's shot to the line. Hit Linden. Bure across center. No, he had to back up. Bure now a shot at the empty net. And it's stopped by Mironov, who faded back there. 30 seconds remaining. Clark will dump it in. The Leafs will pour in. Last-ditch effort right here for Toronto. It comes to the line, and Ellett stopped it there. He's onside. Back of the net. Gilmour centered it. Scrambled at the side of the goal. 14 seconds remaining. The Canucks trying to clear it. They can't get it out. 8 seconds remaining. Gilmour in the corner is Andrechuk. 5 seconds. Back of the goal. Gilmour. 2 seconds. He can't save it. The Canucks win the game. They hang on right here and stave off that last Maple Leaf attack and tie the series at a game each, as the scene now will shift to Vancouver for the next 3 games. The Canucks win it 4-3. The winning goal by Lumet on a power play at 15:46.
Well, the Canuck penalty killing nearly did them in. 5-on-5. I thought they were a vastly superior team to the Leafs. Tonight, a hard-fought game. Both teams playing a little better than they did in game 1.
Well, Vancouver outshot by 1, 40-39, but a great effort tonight to tie the series. The final score again, Vancouver 4, Toronto 3.
Don't let your allergies keep you trapped indoors. Get Celdane. Celdane relieves your runny nose, itchy, watery eyes, sneezing, and more day after day and without drowsiness. So whatever your allergy symptoms are, get relief and get outside because it's Celdane time again. Just ask your pharmacist.
When I think of summer, I think of a little and a lot of. So having the right equipment's very important, and there's only one store I can think of that has it all. Sears makes Craftsman, so you can do everything you need to. And they back all their Craftsman equipment, so if you have a problem, you can get service right from Sears. They got the experts that'll take care of it. Hey, you want to have to worry about your... No, go to Sears.
Expect more from Sears.
You know, when we decided to go out on our own, I admit we were scared. So we decided we'd better get a safety net.
Hello, Hooked on Fishing.
Presenting Advantage 800 entry service for small business.
Sure, we get lots of first-timers.
Canada's only 800 service for just $8 a month.
Hello, Hooked on Fishing.
Give us a call for your 800 number.
Honeymoon? Sure, why not?
And soon, out-of-town customers might drop you a line.
Okay, let's go.
So, do you like him?
Yes, very much. These are nice.
Is he handsome?
I think so. He has a very nice smile.
Why?
Because he takes care of his teeth, and he goes to his dentist, I guess.
I'm going to take care of my teeth, so when I grow up, I'll have a nice smile, too. You were right.
Take care of your smile. See your dentist.
A wide selection, all the best brands. And now at Pearl Vision, 50% off every frame. Guess Catherine Deneuve, Jeffrey Bean. 50% off every frame, every brand. From Pearl Vision for the eyes of Canada.
We saw this wall unit at a furniture store's big anniversary sale.
Then we found it for $150 less.
United Buy and Sell Furniture Warehouse. Fine furniture. Warehouse priced.
Only one real estate agent goes farther than far, strives harder than hard, and reaches higher than high. Because only Royal LePage's dedicated, full-time real estate professionals believe there's one direction to aim: higher.
It'll be quite a scene at the Pacific Coliseum Friday night. The Vancouver Canucks have earned their split. The Molson 3 stars tonight. Kirk McLean, both goalies great. McLean makes it into the 3 stars. The second star, Mironov and Elliott, played well on the blue line for Toronto. Dmitri had 2 goals. As I say, leads the playoffs now, 1 ahead of Brian Leach. And Jeff Brown was part of a great defensive core for the Vancouver Canucks. But the hero of the hour is Jyrki Lumme. Congratulations, Jyrki. Tell me about the feeling of scoring that goal.
Well, it's a great feeling. I don't score too many goals, so every goal is nice, but especially to get the winner.
Well, you score a few, and when you do, it's because you have a knack for jumping in and joining and getting it upstairs. You've always had that ability. You seem to hold, to me, the stick, your hands close together and get the shots high. Does that mean anything to you? Do you practice at that?
Well, I guess every practice, you know, we're trying to shoot, get close and shoot high. But, you know, usually if I get close, I just pretty much close my eyes and let it go.
So did the Leafs watching you. Let's look at the goal, and you can tell me about it as you remember it, and we'll watch it too. What happened? Go ahead. How did you see it? You tell me.
I was going the back door, but then, you know, there was too many guys on the slot, so I just kind of sneaked in there. I don't usually do that. I don't know. I just went right in the middle, and Trevor made a good pass, and then I wasn't even looking at the net. I just turned and I shot it, and there was a hole. So.
It's a different spot, but it's a little like Sergio Momesso's in terms of spinning around. And you're right. You usually break in and do the deeks and then go upstairs. We were laughing here. Ken Dryden's home game series was tremendous on CBC. You were a star on one of the shows. Your first NHL game for Pat Burns and the Montreal Canadiens. Do you remember what you did that night?
Yeah, I remember. I scored a goal. That's pretty much all I did that night. But I don't even remember they having cameras or anything around. I was a little bit nervous, I guess.
How about the Vancouver Canucks, your great playoff run? Describe the atmosphere back in Vancouver right now.
Oh, it's unbelievable. All the people are, you know, you walk on the streets and people are coming to you and they wish you well and everything. It's a great feeling.
What about the game tonight? It looked like you were out of it when Mironov scores 2 on the power play, and then you get, you tell me what you thought or felt when it was 2-1 Toronto.
Well, yeah, it looked pretty bad because they were coming really hard at us, and well, obviously they got a couple goals, quick goals, and that always hurts. But it's like the whole playoff series against Calgary, against Dallas. We kept coming back, and we are just doing that all the time now.
Can't feel any more physical, but how about Toronto's forecheckers compared to Dallas and Calgary?
Well, I guess Dallas didn't forecheck too much. They were kind of sitting back, but Calgary, they came really hard, and now Toronto's really trying to bang. And it's funny, like, you know, we figured they might be a little tired, but no, they're coming really hard.
Well, beautiful goal for you and your teammates tonight. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Jyrki Lumme scores the goal that evens the series at a game apiece, Game 3 Friday night. To recap, the Molson 3 stars, Kirk McLean, Dmitry Mironov of the Leafs, #2, and Jeff Brown from Vancouver is the #1 star tonight. The final score, Vancouver 4, Toronto 3. We'll have more on Molson Hockey Night in Canada and the Stanley Cup playoffs on CBC when we huddle after this.
Mind if we show the Oldsmobile Achiever? We did. And agile and precise and responsive and... Absolutely. Everything from its 3.1-liter V6 engine, tenacious anti-lock braking system, driver's side airbag, and feature-laden interior to its very affordable price is thought out in meticulous detail. Hey, it's your money.
In the last few days, you've received this brochure in your mailbox. It's the Surrey Memorial and Royal Columbian Hospital Lottery. Act quickly if you want to have a chance to win one of over 3,000 prizes. Take a look. 2 grand prize show homes, plus vehicles, boats, vacation packages, and much, much more. The early bird draw on 94 Mercedes-Benz Cabriolet is just a few weeks away. For tickets, call 688-8718 or out of town 1-800-665-5525 or visit one of these ticket outlets.
We need an 800 service that delivers more profit more ways.
If I could afford an 800 number, I'd have one.
Why can't we have just one 800 number for Canada and the U.S.?
Introducing Advantage 800 service. Give your bottom line the advantage. BC Tel Advantage.
Pay at the pump is so fast because it's just 3 simple steps. Step 1, put your credit card in the pump and remove. Step 2, fill up as usual. Step 3, grab your receipt and split. Look for the pay at the pump sign at selected Chevron stations.
Chevron, your town pump.
We're back. The Vancouver Canucks will have a happy charter home tonight. They're leaving Toronto this evening. Will arrive home, I think they think about 2:20, 2:30 in the morning to be Pacific. So they win at 4-3. Jyrki Lumme, Larry Robinson with a beautiful goal to clinch it for the Vancouver Canucks. We'll be back to wrap on Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC in a moment. All of us, good night.
Pension. But